Hello, everyone. My name is Shone Beni, and as we are on the doorstep of the 2025 Comrades Marathon, joining me today is Nontuthuko Mashimane. She is a nutritionist, radiologist, and qualified ethno-medicine practitioner. She is also the Comrade Association's chairperson for corporate social investment. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Nontuthuko, now I've done some interviews with you previously. We've always spoken about running and so forth. You did your first Comrades Marathon in 2015, and what has that journey been like? You've completed eight marathons, and tell us a bit more about how did you prepare for your journeys, and how did you learn each year that you did differently?
Yeah. Well, 2015 for me was one of the most remarkable years I've ever had in my life because it opened so many doors. I've met so many wonderful people, experienced such overwhelming and things, and exercised so many emotions. When I did my 2015 Comrades Marathon, it was influenced by my brother. My brother's a runner, and he had been running Comrades previously, and we've been supporting him and seconding him on the day. But there was this one time, I think it was the 2014 Comrades, when he finished, and he had this look in his eyes where he just looked very much impressed with himself, but humbled at the same time. Now, before, I've never met him at the finish line. So this was the first time meeting him at the finish line. We just crossed. And I just looked at his eyes and I just wanted to have that feeling. Like, this guy looks like he's just a hero. So I embarked on that journey and I started running marathon, not even marathons, half marathons, because previously I was living in London. So when I came back to South Africa, that's when I started running 2014. Then 2015 came, I ran my first Comrades. It was life-changing until today. Literally, Comrades Marathon is part and parcel of my life. And different years, the race is different. You are different. You never not be nervous when you are about to line up, even if you're running for the 10th time, because the race itself is literally overwhelming. It's life-changing. You don't know what's going to happen on the day. I mean, you can train and come to the start line, and during the race, you experience different things that you've never experienced before. So every year is different, and preparations are more or less the same, but the race itself is not the same, and the finish will not be your finish will not be the same. So each and every year, you're just writing a different story about that Comrades, particularly that year.
And for you, did you ever, I mean, we only see like what's on social media, but I'm sure you've seen people crying. Did you like ever cry? Did you laugh?
You know what? Let me tell you, every time if it's the down run at the start line, I cry. Because it's as if you're leaving home. I mean, you have your city hall there, all the familiar buildings, and you are literally home, and you embark in this journey, which is long, to Durban. And it's like, it's as if you're going to boarding school and you've been packed all your stuff and you're about to go. So for me, the down run is always emotional. And then the up run for me, I'm always like, I'm going home. At home, people are waiting for me. I need to just get there. So you see how different it is if it's an up run or down run. Well, for me, then definitely my first Comrades, I cried. I mean, I think that year I was the All Mutual inspirational runner. So they were following me along the route with East Coast Radio. So there is a clip online where literally I'm just crying because I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe that I got myself home on my own 2 feet. And it's a feeling of achievement. It's a feeling that you can't explain until you run Comrades. I think that is why people keep on coming back. Those emotions and the camaraderie and the people that you are with through that journey become your life lasting friends. So for me, it's been that. So you do get emotional. During the race also, you have a chat with yourself, you have meetings with yourselves. You start thinking, why did I come here? And then that is why you have to have a why. Why did you start this journey? And that's what keeps you going. I know also during the Comrades somewhere, you also think about very deep stuff. I mean, you think about, I know some people think about their loved ones who have passed on. You think about your struggles. You think about the hardship you've gone through. You think about your blessings, and then you come out that race. I think you would have had a moment of restarting again, because I always say Comrades is literally aligned with life itself. So when you run Comrades, it's a metaphor of life, to be honest, and it teaches you how to handle life. If it's hard, when it's hilly, and you feel like you're not going anywhere closer to your goal, you need to pick yourself up and remember why you're here. Then you are able to finish. So it's the same thing with life, where you have to remember when chips are down, you have to remember that you need to look at the positive of life and be positive that you're gonna get there. And the pain is temporal, but the feeling of finishing, or the feeling of accomplishing or getting to your goal, is forever. So
I guess also the message is keep running, no matter what. Keep running.
keep running. I keep running. It's. I mean, if you can run, especially get yourself to Comrades, it's not just about running. It's about the teachings that Comrades teaches you, and it's not even on race day. It's the time you decided to register for Comrades, and lace up every day for training, because it teaches you discipline. And there are times when you don't want to wake up, you're tired, but you think about the goal. The goal is Comrades. Comrades is not changing because you're tired. You need to get yourself up and be consistent. So for me, also, it teaches you consistency, teaches you to be disciplined and to focus and don't lose your eye on the prize.
It's a real journey.
Yeah, it's a real.
And so is there any advice that you would like to share with, someone's doing their first Comrades this year, their final Comrades this year, that you have learnt along the way? For our first-time runners, what would you like to say to them? And
First time runners, you must know you don't know anything. You've never ran it. So you need to just embrace it all as it comes. Don't set yourself goals beyond you just want to finish. Remember, you'll always be a novice once. So enjoy being a novice. Enjoy every single detail about the Comrades, from preparing and going to the start, and going through the ceremony at the start, where they play Shosholoza, they play the national anthem, the cock crows, all that. Take it in, because it's the first time you're experiencing it. Don't ever let anybody take that experience away from you, especially people who've ran Comrades before, because that's a bit selfish of them, because they've had their first time. It should be just encouraging you to go out there and do your best. Only after you've done your best, or you finish your first or your second, because you're back to back, that's when you can actually be like, you know what, I would love to run this time. I'd love to train for this time. But for novices, it's all about just experiencing this enormous, iconic race as much as possible. Enjoy the spectators along the route. Enjoy just experiencing what it's like to run in South Africa, because I always tell people there's nothing like Comrades. I know there's a lot of beautiful races around the world that I've even experienced, but nothing is like Comrades, because the people are not like any other people. South Africans are very special. The vibe that they bring on race day is amazing, that you'll never get anywhere in the world. So they must enjoy that, and enjoy getting to another city or another town on their own 2 feet. And they must celebrate themselves that they've achieved something humongous. And that is what I can say to novices, that just enjoy the day. Take it as it comes. And also don't look at the big number, which is 90 Ks. Start off by looking like, okay, we've done 5 Ks, that was a park run. 10 Ks, I've done 10 K before. I'm going for a half marathon now, 21 Ks, so that's done. done a 21 before. Then a 42, you've done a couple of marathons because you had to qualify. Then you go for an ultra, which is beyond 42. Comrades starts at 60 Ks because you've never done anything longer than that. So that is when you have to switch on your mental state to be very, very positive and get yourself to the finish. So as much as it's a physical thing, but it's more a mental thing. The way you're going to get your comrades is by making sure mentally you are strong. Because your body's going to tell you, I've never done this before. I've never gone beyond 60. And that's when you have to tap into your mental strength. So concentrate on making sure mentally you are strong and be positive.
With that being said, and your mental strength, how do you prepare for that, or how do you tell yourself, look, I'm going to do this? And do you have any advice for those out there?
What helps is being around people who are positive, especially people who run comrades or they ran comrades before, because you're all talking the same language, you're all feeling the same way. So being around the positive people, that family that you've attained during your running or your training. Also, number two, so important to to be positive to yourself, be kind to yourself, because at the end of the day, as much as going to be 1,000 of people along the route, the race is about you at the end of the day. So you need to be kind to yourself. You need to every day try and suck yourself up to, you're going to finish. If others finish, why can't I finish? And I'm going to do my very best. I've trained, I've done everything. So it's all about just unfolding what you've learned and what you've trained for on the day. And that is what you get yourself mentally strong. And I mean, have a quote to yourself or two to actually just that you say that you believe in, that will actually get you through each kilometer as it comes. But there's nothing that beats being around positive people during your training. People are also going to be adding value to you and telling you that you're going to be okay, you've been doing well, and so it's your environment that has to be good for you to build that strong mentality. And also to have your why. Why are you running? Some people run for different reasons. I mean, I know some people run comrades for a cause. I mean, I know that ever since I started running, I ran for a charity. So that keeps me going because I know that I'm running for more than myself. I'm running for a bigger cause. I'm running for people who can't run for themselves. I'm running to add value to my community and to people in South Africa as a whole. I'm running to actually raise my flag as a South African, that I am proud to be South African, and I'm here to actually take part on something iconic that anywhere in the world it's not seen, only here in South Africa. So you need to have a reason. Otherwise, if you don't have a reason, you just feel like, let me give up. So having a reason is very, very important.
And we know that you, as you've said, you run for charities, and you also now the Comrades Corporate Social Investment Chairperson. What has that journey been like so far for you? And how do you balance the two?
Okay, so when firstly being elected to be a board member was very humbling because get elected by the members of the Comrades Marathon Association. So that means that people, they see something in you, they believe in you, they believe that you can add value at that level, and you can actually help to take the race to greater heights. But then when I was given the responsibility of being a chairperson of CSI and charities, I was very happy because it's something that is close to my heart. I've been involved with charity work since 2015. I've been part of the committee at Comrades, which is charities and CSI. I've worked with a charity, which is Community Chase, as their ambassador because I ran for them throughout these years. So I was excited to be given a chance to actually see how we can take CSI and charity to another level within Comrades. And what I've seen is that it's so important for us South Africans to acknowledge that we need to be charitable. We need to be giving back to our communities. We need to be doing more for others. And using the Comrades platform really is, to its maximum, is really going to help us do that. Because at Comrades, you get all different people from all walks of life, from professionals to people, influential people, to, your normal people, your average people, citizens. So you get a whole lot of mixture of people, where if we can actually have these teachings within the community at Comrades, we can actually make a difference in the country. Because what you teach people, or what you expose people to, especially using such a brand like Comrades, there are high chances that we can actually be better people in this country. So for me, that is what I'm trying to do, is to make sure that every runner understands the importance of choosing to run for a charity. And these charities are charities that are helping us at the end of the day. And I grew up being taught that you need to be a person that is able to pay it forward. Meaning, whatever you're doing now, it's not for you, but it's for the future, your future, which could be, your children, your children's children, because of what you did today. So for us to actually add value now, especially with running, you don't know what impact you're doing for the next generation. We can't be people sitting and pointing at others to do something. We can do something with whatever is at our disposal. And right now, running is at our disposal. The Comrades is at our disposal. We have these charities, and with our passion of running, we can use it to be something very, very positive. So you don't need to go out of your circle, or out of your lifestyle. Within the lifestyle, you can do better. So that's what I believe.
Great. And from this, I understand that your brother's running journey has had a positive influence and a positive impact on you, because you saw that look, that starry-eyed look of achievement.
Yeah.
And that's what, got you running as well. And what I want to ask is, have you had that moment as yet? Or is there still more to go for you to experience that moment?
I have. I've had that moment when I finished the Comrades. But for the first time, I've had that moment when I had a year where I finished Comrades in pain, because I experienced an injury during the run. And for me to achieve that, to finish, it was amazing. I've had that feeling when I'm running with a friend, my running partner, and I was able to finish with him. That was amazing. It was a great feeling. So that's why I say that every year is different, but that feeling always stays with you. You never lose that feeling of achievement when you run Comrades. So, and with my brother, we've had moments at Comrades together. I mean, we ran together Comrades twice already. Now, mind you, my brother is an hour faster than me. So he had to run at my pace. So the one year we ran, he was doing his 10th Comrades, and he was running for charity. And I ran with him. So for him, it was just to, just have fun and enjoy going to get his green number. And I was running with him that year. And then post-COVID, we ran together. That year, we also decided, let's just run and be on the road as long as possible. We're not going for time. We're going to just enjoy running from Maritzburg to Durban and talking to all our friends along the route, and, making time for people. It's not about time. Yes, we'll get to the finish, no matter even if it's the last medal, but let's enjoy. And we did that. And it was the most remarkable time, or Comrades, that year. And I think we also are blessed that as siblings, we can share that moment together. And actually, both of us have our family, our mom and dad, wait for us at the finish. So that is why it's so special for us.
And is there anything that you two do together after you run? Is there any ritual? Is there any
After the Comrades,
Yes.
after finishing?
Yes, when you run together. Is there any cheers? Is there?
Oh, my brother, everyone knows my brother's a happy runner. He has moments when he starts dancing. And I mean, remember, this guy is fast, but also he has time to actually just be a comedian on the road. So the ritual was obviously for him is to just have these pit stop of actually entertaining crowds, and we finish, it's I think we just have that moment of acknowledging where we come from and our surname and the parents we come from, and we just have that moment of this is the genes that we got and we are achieving such greatness. So, and we're hoping that our children, nieces and nephews,
Yes.
follow through, because we believe that if you want to have, we want to influence the world, start with your family. And I think my mom and my dad did do that. My mom was around at school, so she loved Comrades. I mean, she used to wake us up early in the morning to watch the start on TV, take us along the route and cheer for runners, even though we didn't understand what this Comrades is, but we understood it was important. Up until my brother decided to run. So each and every year, it's a ritual. Everybody, since we ran, the Comrades Day is Comrades Day for everybody. Actually, even all my nieces and nephews, all the children were born while Comrades happening. Some of them were pushed in prams on the day because they were so small. And today they're grown and they know that Comrades is a big deal at our house.
Family
It's a
affair.
family affair, and some of them will be running Comrades in the near future. I know that definitely.
Oh, great to hear. And yes, I'm sure the future runners, it's great boots for
Yeah,
them to
we're
fill.
trying to actually brainwash them to actually be runners one day. But as long as they enjoy, I mean, right now, two of them are enjoying running. They do cross country, and one of them has represented KZN. So yeah, I think also when they enjoy it, then it becomes easier, because you can't do something you don't enjoy.
With that being said, what's the advice in terms of dieting to prepare for the race and then um, after the race? How do you care for yourself after the race, the next day? What's it like? What does your body go through? And if you are not well prepared, or if you are not eating correctly, what happens?
I always tell my patients or anybody that your body is like a car. And when you have a car, a vehicle, where you bought it, they tell you that this is a petrol car or is a diesel car, and they tell you the intervals of service and an end. So the same thing with your body. Your body needs proper fueling for it to take you from point A to point B. So proper fueling for me is always trying to eat clean. And eating clean is simple as eating food as close to nature as possible, because our bodies were formed to actually align itself, the body itself, with nature. So I know at this day and age, our lifestyle pushes us to eat more food that is processed, packaged food, things like that. So I always make sure that I eat as clean as possible, which is your fruits and veggies, healthy fats, things like that, protein, because protein plays a huge role in recovering the body. And hydrating also. Remember, when you're running, you're losing a lot of electrolytes or salts. Some people, you see them looking white because of the sweating of salts. And that is why some people end up cramping along the route and being sick or just not being okay. So hydrating is important, especially with electrolytes, because that helps with the muscle to keep working properly. So for me, that is the most important thing about preparing for Comrades. It's not about just training only. It's also about what you are eating. It's also important, because you are what you eat. And then if you are healthy, everything else works out. I always say there's a difference between being fit and being healthy. So I choose to be healthy first. Then the fitness comes along. And post Comrades, so important to actually be immediately to take your protein, which could be things like boiled eggs, to a protein shake, or meat, anything with meat in it, because we need to repair quickly. And also, it's so important to hydrate, to be drinking. Some people can't eat when they finish running. I know I can't. I just don't have an appetite. But you need to keep drinking your soups, your smoothies, your sport drinks, whatever that's going to actually try and help you to replenish. That is very, very important. And also check your urine. If you're not urinating, you need to drink more, because you need to start urinating, because that means that you're dehydrated if you're drinking but you're not going to the toilet. So drink until you're going to urinate and see what your urine looks like, and keep drinking. If you don't go to the toilet till like that night or the next day, you need to go and see the doctor, because there's something wrong. Your body telling you something's wrong. Maybe you need to go on a drip. That is how you, before comrades, you prepare. During the race, make sure you are taking your food properly. We've got 47 stations, water stations en route, all filled up and stocked up for all our runners. So make sure you make use of them, because the mistake you can make is that run a long distance up to halfway, you don't take anything. Then it'll be too late to take anything after halfway, because you hit a wall, you have cramps, you feel fatigue. So rather eat not for hunger, eat because you have to have intervals of eating. Then you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
So those are the fuel stops
Yes.
along the way.
You need to take, it's not even eating big, it's just that sip, that small potato, that lick of salt. You need to be doing those bits, but along the route.
And are they, from your side, like, is there any station that is your favorite? Is it like a fruit or?
I love baby potatoes.
Oh,
Baby potatoes, and I have a bit of banana. So in every station, because I have my hydration or my electrolytes with me, so I'm always taking food, real food. So it's between potato, banana, and they also have amaheu. Amaheu is a big deal at Comrades, because it's carbs, it's liquid carbs. It's easy to swallow, but it really does the work. So those for me are my very favorite. I can't take a lot of sweet things. So I stick to potatoes, bananas, amaheu, in between the electrolytes.
oh, great. And this year, I know you're not running because you said that you decided not to run, and also you wanted to experience the other side of Comrades. Tell us a bit more about that, and what what are you preparing for as well?
Yeah, I made an intentional decision not to run this year, because for me, I always say that I didn't come to Comrades just to run. I came there to serve in different aspects. And then being given an opportunity to serve in the board, I decided that to put my run issues on the side and actually be 100% serving. And so it's been fulfilling for me, because it's something that I really wanted, and to experience Comrades holistically. And we've been preparing for the Comrades Marathon. It's not a small thing. It takes the whole year to prepare, and the last few weeks has been very much busy, and in and out of meetings, making decisions. And actually also, we are lucky that we work with such a wonderful team of volunteers who make Comrades what it is. They're the backbone of Comrades. So working with such wonderful people, it's been a lot, but for me, it's been worth it. Because again, I love serving the running community. So to me, it came naturally, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm still going to enjoy the Comrades Day as much as I'm not running. But I've got so many people that I know along the route that I'll be happy to see them finish and getting their medals. And just to watch it from that side, because remember, I've been running for 8 years, which means I have never watched Comrades as a spectator, as a supporter. I've just been running. So this time I'm going to be on the other side and just experiencing through a different eye.
I'm sure it's going to be, you've well prepared for it, and that's also going to be a great experience as running it.
Yeah.
And in terms of, with the comrades and, working with each other. How have you taken that on as well as a runner? How have you also taken to working with the comrade board?
Yeah, like it's a position that is very humbling because I never thought that the day I decided to be part of Comrades by running it, firstly, that I'll end up where I am. It's if you had to told me that time, I'd be thinking you're crazy. I didn't come there for that. I just want to run. Then while one is participating, I've been volunteering for with Comrades since I was in high school, and because I went to Peter Marisburg Girls High, so they'll use the girls and sometimes the boys' schools to help out at the finish or during Comrades. So I've been part of Comrades in that sense. And then when I started running, I also became a member of the association and I started serving, being a volunteer in different portfolios. So I've been part of Comrades, not just running, but serving. So when it came to this level, it was just, to be honest, very, very humbling. But at the same time, it's a lot of work. But if you love what you're doing, and you're prioritizing, because right now people ask me that you're doing so many things, how do you actually get the time? And for some reason, the time happens. You get the time because we prioritize what we love doing. So between my work, which is very demanding, to being part of the Comrades board, it's also been very demanding. And also, I mean, mentally, it actually does take a toll on you because, you are part of the people that makes a decision on such a big race. It is overwhelming. But again, because you are there for the betterment of the race, you are there wholeheartedly and you just want the best for the race and its people. Because
Definitely.
remember, the Comrades is one of few events, or I'll say situations, that bring South Africans together. And we need this race and this event to live another 100 years because it showcases what South Africa is and its people, how wonderful to be South African. And, we are stand proud on the day and we love each other so much on the day. It's like when the Springboks play, South Africans are just come together and we become so proud and we wear, those brands proudly. So to be part of people who are actually making sure that this brand lives on for another 100 years for the future, the people behind us, it is remarkable. I don't take it lightly.
Yes, I can see in the way you're thinking
Yeah,
about it so much of
I
passion.
don't take it lightly at all. It's an honor actually to be given that opportunity, and also making sure you look after it so that the people behind you, they take over on something that you've nurtured and you've put your heart and soul in it. So as long as we treat um things like Comrades as if it's our own children and we protect and we want to see it grow, then I think we have an opportunity of growing such um, brands and such events like Comrades. So, and one thing I know, the runners, the community, they love Comrades so much. They're so passionate. Sometimes, people get, I mean, I always laugh when I watch and I look at social media where some people end up so agitated and angry because they're so passionate about Comrades and like, don't mess our Comrades up. That's how passionate people are. And that's why people keep coming back every year. I mean, we know we have a runner who's running the 50th Comrades this year.
That's
We
that's
must
quite a
say. So
story.
and it tells you something that there's something about Comrades that keeps making people coming back. As much as it's not easy and it's painful, but it's worth it. Yeah.
No, definitely. And you were saying something about, there's some additions this year to the comrades. You were saying that there's a females only toilet.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that as well.
Well, being a female, I've experienced how difficult it is to, that in running, the minority are women. we've got such a small percentage of women participating in a field full of men. So imagine going to the cubicle, to the toilet, and you stand in the queue, and there's 15 people before you, and all of them are men, and then it's going to be a woman, and then there's other 15, there's another woman, which, remember that women go to the toilet for both. Men go to the toilet for one thing, because they can just go to the bush, for peeing. So, especially when you have women issues where you need to change your sanitary, you have so much that you're worrying about that it's not conducive to be waiting in the queue. So, as from last year, Comrades introduced women-only toilets, which is fabulous from the start to the finish. There's going to be toilets that are branded women only, where you get your products if you are having your period or you need that extra care on the day. So we are trying to actually, empower women who are running and also encourage others to start running, because we have such a small field of runners, women runners participating. And one of the goals is to mentor and encourage more runners, more women to run, because if you look, women make the best ultra distance runners. I don't know. I think it's because of how we built, and we are more patient, and we can pace better than men, because men sometimes go too fast and then they burn out. But women are consistent. But we just need more runners, females in the field. So trying to have these initiatives that are going to be women friendly is what we are doing, and we're going to do more. I mean, we also have a woman Comrades Marathon Women's Boot Camp that happens throughout the country in Joburg, Pretoria, Joburg, Durban, and Cape Town. Why? Because we want to have these hubs where we invite women, we talk women issues, especially as a runner, but also invite other runners, women runners, to actually participate in Comrades. Maybe I know some women have wanted to run the next year because of such initiatives. So I really want to empower women when it comes to the running world, the running space.
No, really glad to hear about that. Nontuthuko, it's been wonderful having you and hearing about the ultimate human race. From myself and the witness, I want to take the opportunity to wish you and the Comrades team and all the runners the very best for Comrades 2025.
Thank you so much. Thank you.